Hello guys, and welcome to another Era of Chaos video. Guys, today we are talking about backup. We are going to go into the arsenal, then to backup, and we are going to explore all options that we have in front of us. So first thing first, let me explain to you quickly how formation works. You have 3 units that can enter the battle after 2 conditions have been met. The first one is 25 seconds should have passed from the beginning of the match. So if you die in the first 20 seconds, then no backup units will ever appear. The second thing is you need to have 3 of your main units dead. And then, only then, the chargers or whatever the backup units are will enter the battlefield. And every backup has 2 skills. A battlefield skill, which is an active skill, and it's triggered only once your units enter the battle, and the other skill is a global skill which works like all the time. We're going to get into details which in my opinion is the best battlefield skill, even though it is more like based on your units and your preferences in general, and we're going to get into details on which is the best global skill. Before we get there, I just want to let you know that the battlefield skill unlocks at level 5 and you have to spend some experience in order to unlock it. The same applies to the global skill, however the only difference is that the global skill unlocks at level 10 and it requires a better investment and bigger investment of experience points. And of course, I forgot to mention about the special skill, which is basically the same as the battlefield skill. Only difference is that the special skill is unlocked even at level 1. You shouldn't do anything, it is already there, and it gets triggered once your backup units enter the battlefield. And when it comes to the question which is the best active backup to use, there isn't only one answer to this question. For example, I'm using Sight of the Dead because my Devil is really strong. As you can see, he's 6 stars, 3 stars awakened. I also have some potential invested in him. So in my opinion, this is probably the best backup for me. I tested all the rest and this one seemed to be probably the most useful. Also, you can achieve something similar using Spell Commandment because you can have a Freety, Devil and Manticore, which means that a Freety will burn the enemy team once he enters the battlefield, and the Devil, once he jumps on the enemy, will deal a massive amount of damage. And of course, if you manage to kill one of the backup units of your opponent, then thanks to the Manticore it will unlock this chain of events and hopefully you can win. But this is only my side of the story. If you can see, if I go to Arena and check everybody's backup units, you see that we don't always use the same one. For example, this Zeron uses Arctic Coercion. A lot of people actually prefer this one because it damages the units and takes maximum hit points percentage out of them, and that's pretty awesome. However, I kind of don't have any 2 good charges with one pretty great caster to make it work, so to me it's kind of a waste. Anyways, when it comes to the active skills, the active backups, my advice to you is going to be just take a look at your roster and figure out which is the best one for you. There isn't a simple answer, this one is overall the best. Now when it comes to the global skills though, I would advise you, and that's really important, to invest all your points. You have those tickets, strange blue tickets with a triangle, and you can use them in order to level up your skills in the backup formations. And when it comes to the global skills, there are 2 backups that shine. The first one is Spell Commandment because it increases your intelligence and also it increases the mana regeneration. And I have stated multiple times, guys, that mana regeneration is one of the most important things in the game. If your mana regeneration sucks and if it is bad, then you can lose to weaker opponents. If your mana regeneration is awesome, you can win against stronger enemies. This is the reason why Spell Commandment global skill is one of the best global skills of all backup formations. There is one though that is better, and this is Hunt in the Forest. It basically does almost the same thing. However, it decreases the mana regeneration of the enemy, which is also very useful, and increases your attack. Now, it is debatable whether decreasing the mana regeneration of the enemy is more important than increasing your mana regeneration. It really depends on which is the hero that you're running. However, I would say that attack is definitely superior than intelligence. So, when it comes to the global skills, guys, you have to invest all your tickets, those things that are used to upgrade the skills in backup formations. You have to spend them all on the global skills of Spell Commandment and Hunt in the Forest. Those are by far the best 2 skills. By far, nothing else comes even close. Now, for example, if you're running Zeron, then why not? You can invest some points to level 10 of this charge offensive and then increase your attack and spell fire damage by 2%. Even though Zeron is not about fire damage, but still that can help you. If you're running Sandro for some reason, then you can go ahead and invest some points in Blessing of Luna because it increases your defense and increases the earth spell damage, and so on and so on. However, I don't really recommend spending a lot of upgrade points into the global skills of the other backups, guys, only in Spell Commandment and Hunt in the Forest, because they're simply superior. And when it comes to the resources you need in order to upgrade the global skills, those are called energy scrolls, those triangles. You can find them in the Kingdom store, actually not in the Kingdom, but the cross server store. You can buy them by vouchers, which is the advisable thing to do. 1000 vouchers go for 1 energy scroll. And you can also purchase energy scrolls by spending 3 of the yellow diamonds that are used to get soul stones for unit awakenings. Now, it is debatable whether 3 of those soul stones are worth 20 yellow stones, so if you don't qualify for top 8 pretty often, then probably I would say it is up to you whether you're going to purchase a soul stone or whether you're going to purchase some more tickets. Once again, it's totally up to you. However, I would definitely advise you to use your vouchers on energy scrolls. It is simply better than purchasing 1000 soul stones for emblems. Definitely I prefer spending them on an energy scroll because, once again, the mana regeneration is pretty important and it will decide battles, believe it or not. And by the way, in my artifacts video, I did a pretty good illustration of that. I fought a guy who was weaker than me, but for some reason at this particular stage I didn't max out my well, so my mana regeneration wasn't great and I lost to this guy, to my amazement, to my horror. Then what I did is I buffed myself with 2 additional mana regeneration, which basically turned the tides, and I managed to win against this guy. So once again, mana regeneration is extremely important. You should never underestimate it. Okay guys, this is going to be all for me for today. I really hope you found this video useful. Basically, this is all I wanted to mention about the backups. If I have to summarize the video, the active backups, they all depend on your current formation, of the hero you're using, of your strongest characters. However, when it comes to the global skills, then definitely you have to go for Spell Commandment and Hunt in the Forest for this additional mana regeneration and the decrease of the enemy mana regeneration. See you next time, guys. Take care and stay safe.
Perfect.